Welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you for joining me for LFC Vibes. Tonight, we're just going to discuss and talk about LFC. Everybody knows how frustrating watching and supporting LFC is right now, whether it's from the team, the management, the owners, the fans, everything is disjointed right now. But before we do, please share, subscribe, and like, notification bell, and also please comment whether you agree or disagree with me. So we just going to talk about Liverpool, on what's going on, the state of Liverpool right now. Everybody understand that the midfield is shot. They can't press. They are not helping out the center backs, and the tactics that we are also using is not helping the team. For instance, why are we pressing so high while we know that our midfielders can press well? Why are we pressing so high knowing that we are not cohesive in terms of as a team when we get hit on a counterattack? As soon as a ball comes through the midfield, it's going straight into the net, and Alisson has to keep saving us over and over and over and over again. Eventually, he's also going to get frustrated and start, losing his touch or something. But the thing is very, very frustrating that the management, the team management has not changed the tactics. Everybody on LFC Dome have said we need midfielders. They don't want to buy midfielders, or they're looking for midfielders, or whatever the reason is. We haven't got the January window has been open for 10 days now, and usually Liverpool get their job transfer done pretty quickly, like we did with Gakpo. I mean, it was done before January, the turn of the year. So I don't get why they've known this for 18 months that the midfield is getting weaker and weaker. I mean, for instance, let's watch the game, talk about the game versus Wolves that we just played, FA Cup at Anfield. Gakpo had the ball. He dribbled two people in the midfield. He gave a square pass to Henderson, and you could see Henderson was struggling just to get it. The ball was literally 2 steps away from him, and he was struggling just to get to the ball. And it does not make sense. We put in too much faith in the youngest who are not ready yet. Ala, Curtis, or Cavallo, or even Elliott, who's been playing much game than anybody else, and that is not his position. At first, I thought that maybe Elliott would have done well in the middle three, especially last year. He started very well, but the injury kind of set him back. But right now, coming back, it seems like he's forcing, he's out of position in terms of when we get hit in the counter attack. And it's frustrating that the manager keep doing the same thing over and over. And this is where I get frustrated with Klopp. It's like, you are a good manager. You have brought the best out of world-class players. You see that it's not working. You trust your players. Fine, we know you trust your players. Why are we still playing the same tactics that is exposing your players? That does not make sense. Thiago is overworking. We didn't bring Thiago to come do the job he's doing right now. Eventually, what's going to happen is another injury is going to come in. We're going to have another person coming back from injury, and another one will go back to injury because we overuse them. That is the part where I get frustrated with Klopp. It's like, change the tactics. When you get your personnel who can play what you are known for, then you go back to the 4-3-3. But right now, the 4-3-3 is exposing us, is getting us beat every single time. We can't play well. Klopp always says defense starts from the top, but nobody's playing defense up top. It's not that they don't want to, it's just that they can't anymore. And I think Klopp needs to start sitting down with, because this is the frustrating part. We had the summer to think about this. It looked like we were not prepared. Yes, the summer was short because of the World Cup. It looked like we were not prepared. We had the World Cup break to try to come up with something. Klopp came out and said, I figured we will be back with our intensity, what we are known for, all this nice stuff that he said. And then the season, the break is over, and we are back doing the same thing that we were doing at the beginning of the season, looking like the management is clueless, the tactics doesn't work, and we are not prepared, basically. I think it's time that Klopp sits down with Pep and everybody else and say, hey, it's not working. We're not going to spend money. If that's the case, if we're not going to spend money January to get a midfielder, because I don't even think one midfielder is going to work. We need 2. We can't. This is my frustration. We got Nunez that's new. We got Gakpo that's new. And it's not fair to them that they are in a team playing a position where it requires everybody doing their job. And right now, the engine of the of this system is not working. So we got Nunes running up and down. Imagine if Mane was here. He would have been so frustrated because he would have just been like Nunes. He'll probably score a little bit more goals than Nunes, but he would have been just like Nunes, running back and forth, back and forth. And then when he gets to the final third, he can't score. Salah is not doing what Salah's supposed to do. He's just sitting on the right side, just chilling, waiting for the ball. Once in a while, he will run back like he's defended. You know, and it's frustrating. Here's the reason why VVD is injured. He's been overplayed, you know, put in a position where injury is going to come to him. Look, at the hamstring injury is just fatigue. At first, I thought the man got yanked, but talking about 6 to 8 weeks, that's a real injury. You know, it's just fatigue that is getting him to this. And Klopp still doesn't want to change. And that is the frustration part. Now, let's talk about the owners. Klopp needs to tell the owners, I need players. Maybe he has. Nobody knows because, you know, Liverpool always keep their business very close to their chest. Maybe he has. And nobody knows. But the thing is, he's not forcing it enough. When it comes to keeping certain players past their expiring date, he go all out and tell them to sign a new contract, help them sign a new contract, do this, do that. But then when it comes to let's get some players in, he's like, well, I trust my players. We're going to have to pay bills. And then he's putting everybody all over the place. So people don't know whether is it Klopp or is it the owners? Because we all know Klopp has a lot of power, especially with the way Edwards left now. Julian Ward is also leaving, and a couple backroom staffs are also leaving. And from what we're hearing, it is supposed to be true, they have a lot of power with Klopp, and he's making a lot of decisions. Now, everybody, the fans, this is the part where the fans are frustrated. Stop thinking that Pep is the one making a decision. He has a say. That's all he has. All he has to do is be like, Klopp, this is what I think we should do, boom, boom, boom. It's up to the manager, either he's going to listen to it or not listen to it. So this thing I heard a fan page talking about, well, we need to be careful. If Klopp keep listening to Pep, it's going to come to a point where it'll be a damage of no return. Are you serious? This is Klopp we're talking about. This is not Brendan Rodgers or Steven Gerrard. This is Klopp. He makes his decision. He listens to everybody else, but he makes his own decision. So stop trying to blame somebody else for what the manager or the owners are doing. The thing that frustrates me with the owners is they have not come out with a clear plan to tell us where is Liverpool going from 6 months from now. You have talked about investment. You have talked about possibly doing a full sale. So if that's the case, you've just said business as usual. Business as usual is not working for Liverpool right now. Now, if we were winning and we're playing well, and you say business as usual, and we're going to ride this wave until a new owner comes in or a new investment comes in, that makes sense. But right now, it's not working. So this is the time where W. Henry and Werner shows up and say, okay, listen, people, this is the vision of Liverpool for the next 6 months. And then after the next 6 months, we'll reevaluate as we keep going. Then at least the fans knows what's going on. You can't just say, we're looking for partial investment or full sale, and then just leave it as that. And the players are not playing well. Everybody's saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. There's like so much misinformation. And the information that we know that it comes out right is people leaving the club. So with me, I think the owners needs to come out and give a perfect plan for the next 6 months. If we're going to spend more money this month, say it. If not, just leave it. Just say, hey, this is the plan for the next 6 months. After 6 months, we will reevaluate for the next 6 months. So everybody kind of have an idea where LFC is going. Club also needs to have a better messaging instead of doing certain things. And then when he gets questioned for what he's doing wrong, he gets frustrated and kind of like, to me, I think like, in my last video, I said he's insulting the fans. You, the one who keeps saying the fans know football, the fans knows this, but then you're just thinking that just buying Gakpo is just going to quiet the fans. No, everybody knows what's going on with Liverpool. We know where our weakness is. And you can't just say, I signed Gakpo, and then eventually everything is going to be fine. And then we put in so much pressure on him, trying to have him be the savior. So with me, I'm real frustrated. And one thing I'm going to finish it with is Liverpool has the money, spend it. Otherwise, get the player that we can develop and let club do his job. Because everybody say he makes superstars. If he makes superstars, the players that we can afford, forget him. Let's look at some players that we know can do the job and let club put some of his magic sprinkles on them and let us go. If Bellingham is the main person we want, then we wait till summer and then we go for it. But now we need at least 2 midfielders that are affordable, that are there. We can't keep hearing, we can't figure out, there's not enough players there. the ones that we want, and we keep waiting and waiting, like we did with VVD, we did with Konate, and all that kind of foolishness. We did that with Keita, and then look what happened. We can't keep doing that. We keep waiting, and then you spreading and stretching the team thin, and then when it's time for them to do their job, they're tired. So that's my frustration, and I think that the money's there. It needs to be spent. If we can get Caicedo, go get Thuram. All right. If you can get Henzo, go get somebody else, and then wait till summer and then go get Jude. But right now, it's very frustrating that we just put in all our egg in one basket, and then when it comes in, we struggle, and then it takes time for people to actually get Klopp's system. So what are we doing here? Get somebody that is out there. There are people out there. The same way when we were looking for a backup for Robo, we went for the brethren for, I think he was at Norwich at the time, I forgot his name. And then they overpriced us, and then we went for Tsimikas for the half price. And look at what Tsimikas been doing. So we need to stop this thing of, oh, well, if we find a good deal, that's what we go for. The deals are there. Stop being lazy. Spend the money. Spend the money, get the players in, and get these guys some help, because it is very, very frustrating. And right now, I'm upset at Klopp. I'm upset at the owners, because they are all working together and they all drop the ball. The fans should not be, right now the fans are split all over the place, and we got people making up stories, and now people don't want to blame Klopp for what he did wrong, so they put all their frustration on Pep, the assistant coach. The assistant coach can't do anything without the blessing and the permission from the manager. So that foolishness needs to stop. And also, Klopp, stop putting players in a position where they're not going to succeed. Elliott is killing himself and it's not working. We have a perfect example of a player that it didn't work and that person kept getting injured. Keita, play the position that they do well in. And then when you get your own players, like you did with Gini, Henderson, and we had that Brexit midfield, and Mane came in, Salah came in, nobody could say anything. Nobody could talk to you. But right now, it looked like sometimes Klopp is clueless. The tactics is not working, and he's so stubborn. So right now, my manager, I trust him, I ride with him, but he needs to change. It's very, very frustrating for the fans. That match against Wolves at Anfield, that was embarrassing. That was extremely embarrassing. The fans are disjointed. That's why Anfield is very quiet lately. They're trying, but Klopp said it. Sometimes the fans needs to perk up the team, and sometimes the team needs to perk up the fans. And right now we need a team to perk up the fans because Anfield is very quiet, so we need to get back into doing things, and the owners and club needs to sit down and come up with a solution and let the fans know. You don't need to give us details. Just say, moving forward for 6 months, this is what we're going to do. After 6 months, we will evaluate. That's it. Keep it simple. You don't need to tell us the details of what we're going to do. You have never done before. But before, everything was riding smoothly. Now it's not. So you got to calm the fans down, let them believe again. Otherwise, now they're going to end up being doubters. Klopp came in and made all of the doubters into believers. And right now, the way things are going, everybody's starting to doubt again. So I hope that, Klopp will hear this and say, okay, let's sit down and talk. But the owners need to go to Anfield and figure something out, because this is very, very frustrating. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please share, subscribe, like. Don't forget to comment also, the notification bell. So when I post something, you will be notified. Guys, thank you so much. This is LFC Vibes. We talk anything, everything about LFC. I think the coming this weekend, we got Brighton at Amex Stadium. It's going to be a bloodbath. That stadium is crazy out there. But, we know how it is. And Thursday, we'll be back after the Fulham and Chelsea match, and we will discuss that in the preview of the EPL. Thank you so much. Kwesi Bold. Peace.